Simple tip that will increase your productivity by a lot. Order. This is not something that is undiscovered and unknown to you, but this is probably the biggest reason why you're losing out in terms of daily productivity. The person with order in their life will most definitely win. That's why it is one of the first things they inculcate in your brain in the army. That's why school time is divided into periods and classes with allotted minutes. That is why there are deadlines in every form of work. Order gets things done in a structural, efficient manner. You can call it schedule, routine, or management. But you have already planned and failed. When most of you start planning your day, you function on the basis of aspiration. The daily schedule that you write down is built upon an imaginary ideal notion of a productive day you aspire to have. You've actually never had a day like that. And that is why on paper it looks super feasible, but in practice it only yields failure. The fault you're making is you're basing it on imagination and not data from your past. You have had productive hours and days before. Your history is a concrete proof of what particularly works and what doesn't with you. All you need to do is take that information and empower that mode of behavior. You could be one of the worst students on the planet, but even that doesn't mean you have never once sat down to study. The truth is, every student has had that one study session that was most rewarding and productive. So how do you build a schedule that works for you? You need to remember on what day did you work at your highest. You were charged, energized, and focused at what time, the circumstances, your mood, and day. You have to remember and recreate that environment because that is psychologically best suited for you. Do you work at your best early in the morning or after midnight? What was the setting of the last time you remember you were very productive? How was your mood and what were the circumstances? By this I mean, because you were very productive, your mind must have been free. Yourself must have been in control. Your focus didn't get disturbed by distractions. Once you remember that, you find out what has changed that makes you unable to focus. It could be a new person, mood, because you are affected by something psychologically, a routine that consists of just having fun. Whatever the time and environment were in which you were most focused, respect that and get back on it by building a schedule around that. And make that schedule a ritual that cannot be disturbed. It is both simple and hard. Getting order in your life is the most chaotic of things, as chaos is normal to you. So getting your day in order is basically fixing the chaos in which you have found peace. Your greatest concern is the question, but what about fun? I also want to enjoy. Two answers to that. How much fun is enough? I mean, do you actually have the answer in ours? The reason why you are in stress, unprepared, and shitting your pants is because you have been having fun. Fun is not an endangered commodity in your life. On the contrary, it is prospering. Second, working hard does not mean fun ceases to exist. Two things can easily coexist if for once you are prepared to stop finding excuses. The truth is, you are only having fun. The very meaning of order is taking control and moderating things according to the required appropriate time they deserve. If you want power and money, you're required to work every single day because only then you are beating your competition. Now, once in a while, natural circumstances will demand the disruption of that schedule. When it naturally happens, could be a marriage, a family function, a personal problem, get back on it 2 or 3 days later. This is the most important thing. Read about any high-performing person. They all have a strict time of waking up, sleeping, and a schedule that is built around squeezing the maximum out of any day. And these are people you look up to. So instead of gazing at them with starry eyes, learn and adopt from them the secret behind what makes them exceptional. Too many of you are simply convinced that their success is because of their God-given talent. Talent is like a natural ore that needs extraction and processing. Basically, hours of work in shaping and perfecting it, which makes hard work and practice the more essential and needful qualities over talent. Too often, talented people get beaten by people less talented than them, but more skilled, simply because the hours of work in the resume of the latter surpasses by a huge margin. To become a conqueror, there has to be a machine-like system backing you, which is built on schedule, work habits, and the environment that makes you the most productive. And you simply follow that. I hope you will build a schedule. If you can't, just simply start by setting a time of sleep and waking up. If you can control just that, a schedule will naturally come to you. Follow me on Instagram if you waste too much time there. I will scream at you, sending you directly to work. If you'd like to fund this channel, you can do that on Paytm, PayPal, and Patreon. Thank you for watching. And lastly, never forget, you are awesome.